In life's rush to keep up, what's new gets all the attention. Change can be uncomfortable and sometimes hard-fought. What's new urges us to forget about the past.
Rocks and falls over, and then water comes down these sides and down the other area.
Elders remind us to pause, to reflect, and to listen for wisdom. In our minds, we're forever young. But the reality is, we're changing. Time does not wait for our minds to catch up.
Are you having more fun than before?
Absolutely. I can do things that I couldn't do. I wasn't allowed to do years ago.
Now that's freedom. Growing older is not the end of life's journey. It is the journey.
Government by law within the Constitution.
Maybe it's time to explore the elder years, to look at what it means to be a sage, and perhaps, in the process, as fellow travelers, discover the wisdom in the ages. I'm not dead. That sounds like something interesting. Hi, I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to our very first Elders, Sages, and Fellow Travelers show. Now, Emma is supposed to be here to help me out, and I don't know where she is. You know, I wish I could just snap my finger and she would show up.
Eric!
I didn't know that would work.
You're doing the snapping thing again, huh?
Hey, this is our new show, Elders, Sages, and Fellow Travelers. You're the fellow traveler. You're not a sage or an elder yet.
Where am I going?
Where are we going? Well, right now we're at the Campbell Community Center.
It's not traveling, but I like it.
And look at this. I knew you'd love this because it's a wood shop.
I love wood shop.
So you were good at wood shop, weren't you?
Yeah, I don't like to brag or anything, but I was the best at wood shop, so there's that.
So they have all the equipment here people need, and you can come in. Anybody 18 or over can come in here and use the facility. It costs $2 for the whole day.
Really?
Isn't that awesome? I mean, because you still have that little project you were working on in middle school or something, right?
No, here's the thing. I made an amazing project in middle school. It won awards at school, and then my dog recently did some damage to it, so I want to fix it really bad.
Well, they have folks in here that can help you fix that. So we're going to go travel around in the building, find out more about the programs.
Okay.
So it's nice to have you back.
Well, thank you.
We have a huge variety of things from bingo all the way to stand-up paddleboarding. And the second thing is that there's no membership fees, there's no special barriers. We go out of our way to make it possible for everyone to participate here. We offer a lot of exercise classes. When we did our needs assessment a couple of years ago, that was the #1 thing the community asked for. So we've really tried to come through with that.
We have fast twitch muscle fibers. Those are the muscle fibers that you have to react quickly if you're going to fall so that you catch yourself smarter.
Strong Bones, Strong Body is a class designed to help people prevent the effects of osteoporosis. And it's just basic exercises that everyone knows, but they're put together in a special way. And it's evidence-based. It's really fun too. For a French class, we've got a Sumier ink painting, which is a Japanese style art. And we've got Mahjong, which is just a group of ladies that meet every week to have a good time and to play. It's a tile game. So the Comforts for Children group was started in the 80s. And since then, through volunteer efforts and donations from the community, they have been making quilting kits and quilts. The quilting kits get taken off by volunteers and turned into quilts, these amazing pieces of art. And all the quilts that are produced by the group get donated to at-risk youth through various agencies in the county. So the Campbell Woodshop was created when our tiny little pool room, as it is now, was our woodshop, and the men who came here were just tired with how small it was and needed more room. So they gathered together all these community resources. Half of the materials, half of the labor to build the building and everything in it were donated. And so in 1974, they were able to open up. Since then, we've been able to stay open wholly through the use of volunteer supervisors. So we've really had the community coming together on this. People 18 and over bring in their own projects, and they're able to use our tools and our workspaces. They're able to get advice from the supervisors here on, what's the best way to accomplish what they're doing. We get people from all over the community who are building just, tiny little projects to huge cabinets. As human beings, we live socially. That's a part of being healthy. And we provide a place for people to be social. And that is just huge in having a full life.
If you've had your hearing aids for 6 months or more, regardless of where you first bought them, it's time for you to bring them to Grant's Hearing for a free tune-up. We'll give them a thorough cleaning, run a performance check, inspect your ears, and do a hearing exam. I want everyone to have the best hearing possible. Call today and schedule your appointment for a free tune-up. Grant's Hearing, where better hearing is as easy as 1, 2, 3, in Eugene and Cottage Grove.
Dr. Lon Robertson had no trouble turning 50, but last year, when another decade slipped by, he started thinking.
It was just hard to accept that. I could say 50s and it felt fine, but 60, that was tough, and frankly, it's been running that's helped me through that.
At age 50, Lon got serious about running, really serious.
New York was my 44th marathon, or longer, right? And so that's quite a bit in 10 years.
In 2015, Lon surprised everyone, even himself.
I don't think I brag very much, but I have to admit, I brag about New York. I finished second in my age division, and that's out of 50,000 plus runners, and just in the top 1 or 2% of all the runners in the race, and in the top 0.01% of the people 60 to 70 years old. So,
becoming an elder, a sage among the running community, comes naturally to a guy who constantly wants to learn more about the sport and give that knowledge away to other people.
He's the cheerleader, he's the coach, and he's really the reason we're here at 4:45 in the morning, and everybody shows up early so they can get in their jog with lawn time before we start.
That's right. Every Thursday morning, long before the sun comes up, you'll find Lon and a group of runners on the track at Cal Young Middle School in Eugene, Oregon.
I wish I could have this relationship with other old people in my life. Old being people who have wisdom and people who can see your side and see their side and kind of say, yeah, I get what you're going through, or I get what it is, and try and help you through that in the best way you can.
I think they know I love them. I think they know that I really genuinely care about them, and I really want to be around them.
Lon is a sage to many, and not because he tries to be. Wisdom is a result of what you put in your mind and your spirit, but also a product of the stuff you let go of or refuse to believe.
When I was in junior high, I was on the cross-country team. That was the last time I'd really run, and it was a total failure. I tried every sport, and running, all of them I was bad at. All of them I was bad at, but running was my worst.
Lon says his mind still thirsts for more. You never stop learning.
And I want to know how to be faster. I want to know how to be stronger.
And the body is not as strong as the mind.
Yeah, I've had to make some adjustments. I had to tweak my knobs a little bit to say, okay, you're here. You've got to admit it. You're old now. And but it's okay. I mean, nothing really changed other than the fact that now I can say I'm old, and so be it.
And you never stop planning the next adventure. Never.
Planning on going to South Africa next spring for a 56-mile race called the Comrades. It's one of the largest races in the world.
Now there is some sage advice.
Hey, Rick. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm taking the Strong Bones class. They have a
should.
class here called Strong Bones. We're going to tell them about it in a minute.
Yeah, I was going to sign you up. So are you ready? I'm going to stretch
ready.
you out.
You're
I'm going to
gonna
get you ready. Yeah.
Okay, because you're an expert at this.
It's a strong bones, strong body. That's me. No. Okay, you're doing a shoulder thing that I'm uncomfortable with. Let's go ahead and take a seat here. Okay, are we good?
You know, I am.
I'll help you out.
I am in my 50s, you know. Oh, you know what?
What?
You need to talk about Abe.
Ranchito Grill.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just going to say you forgot about Abe.
I did.
That's pretty bad.
Okay, you talk about Abe, and I'm going to go get the name of the winner.
Hold on. Well, you should have the name of the winner. The $6.95 lunch, they've got that.
Right.
We have people sign up for this really great special, this prize. We do it every single time. For free.
If you sign up, you get 2 free dinners on us and Abe.
Hold on, guess what it was.
So the name is Natasha Dougherty.
So you did know.
It's
Wait,
it's
what is it?
Daugherty. So Dougherty.
Nailed it.
I think I'm just going to write it on
Take
the screen.
3. Go ahead.
Natasha Dougherty.
It's
Dougherty.
So, you're gonna go out. Your hands are going out too. Your head is back. Oh yeah.
I'm Rick Dancer here with Donna Peterson from New Horizons, and we're going to talk about exercise and the importance of it as we begin to get into the age, the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s. So Donna, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
So talk to me about the research. What does it show about people as they start to exercise?
Well, the research is showing today that the importance of exercise is #1 for all diseases. And we know that exercise does quite a bit for individuals, and their brain health is incredible. So if a person's exercising, they're enhancing those endorphins that create the reduction of pain. And OSU recently did a study that found, we oftentimes think that we have to get out there and run a marathon or something, right. but that's not the case. They found that moderate exercise for people 60 and older is very important, and they recommend about 5 hours a week, so you can appropriate that. And for some people, they may not be as ambulatory as others, or they can't walk as well. They can do that kind of exercise from there. There's a lot of therapy out there, physical therapists that can talk about how to exercise from your seats. There's just a variety of different things that people are doing now, but exercise is #1.
And it's never too late to start, because a lot of folks, you know, like my parents, when they were in their 80s, they started to work out a little bit, but it wasn't something they grew up with like a lot of us have. Right. So, but it is just making that commitment to doing that.
I have seen people who were in a wheelchair who could not get out of their wheelchair, and they started doing exercises, and eventually they got out, because they had never really devoted enough time to exercise in their life, and they thought it wasn't, you know, it was too late, but it's never too late. We know that.
All right, Donna Peterson, thank you so much. New Horizons, we'll have more about that in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you do need journalism, because, you know, we live in an age where people have a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of different sources that are pulling away from their time schedules, and so they rely on us to be places and cover things that they can't get to. And it might be everything from a city council meeting with a hot topic, such as a sick leave or something like that. And so they depend on us to be there when we're there all the time.
In addition to writing classes and art classes, there's a lot of really cool art here at the Campbell Center. This one's called Transitions, which is perfect for where we're going because we're going to transition back to the old KEZI days. Every month on this program, we're going to look back at some of the stories we did in a segment called Looking Back. It might be the dedication of the Wayne Morse Free Speech Plaza, or we might be doing the downtown fountain being taken down. But this week we're going to go back, and Aaron Bruce did a story for us back in the 90s on a woman who was recently in Outdoor Magazine on the front and called herself the original cougar. Her name is Gert Boyle. She's hilarious. She's a wonderful entrepreneur in our state, and this is a story about her.
Early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise.
Mother Boyle isn't just a pretty face. She's chairman of the board at Columbia Sportswear, a multi-million-dollar international phenomenon.
My parents immigrated in 1937, and my father bought this wholesale hat company.
That's where it all started, a ma and pa operation in Portland. 11 years later, Gert's husband Neil took over the growing company, and then in 1970, gut-wrenching change.
My husband died of a heart attack at the age of 47. You don't expect to die at that age. And so how am I going to say to my mother, hey, you know what? You just lost your house. So I said, oh, sure, I'll run it.
With 3 young children and a company leaning heavily on bank loans, Mrs. Boyle gave herself only one option.
I went to work. So.
Did you have a plan?
I didn't even know what the word plan was. I just thought, oh, well, this is easy. I ran a household.
She found out fast about the monumental differences between a household and a boardroom.
Got to the point where the banker said, okay, now, you either sell the place or we're going to withdraw your line of credit.
Oh. Things were going downhill fast, and Mrs. Boyle had to face financial facts. She needed to sell. After 6 months, it came down to one solid offer. And one big question, was it an offer she couldn't refuse?
He said, okay, sign here. And he really annoyed me. And I said, you know, for the amount of money that you're offering me, I can run it in the ground by myself. It was $1,400.
From that moment on, Gert Boyle was in control. And watch out.
We fired everybody. You know what? It's the same ball game, it's a different coach, and I can't help it. We've got to do it my way.
With her son Tim at her side, Mrs. Boyle started making changes. After a few years, profits went up.
So we made raincoats. It fit awful, but we made them anyway. And then we made pants, you know, waterproof pants. And it just kind of went from there. And we were the first people to test out Gore-Tex for Gore Company.
Mrs. Boyle and her small Oregon company were going big time. Gert started modeling for her own ads and is now known all over the world as the spirited grandmother, Ma Boyle.
They think I'm some hired help. I said if we would have had a hired help, we would have made her a lot better looking.
Her looks and her smarts created an empire. She's one of America's top 50 businesswomen and has the coveted American Academy of Achievement Award. But what about that one colorful question everyone wants answered?
Everybody asks me if I have a tattoo. And I always tell them I don't show it on the first date, ever.
Okay, so how about her other secret? Ma Boyle's patented secret to success.
It's never one person that makes a company successful. It takes a lot of real hardworking people who have the same vision and the same dedication that you have.
Columbia thrives on that vision and dedication. Last year, that little Portland hat company that is now Columbia Sportswear sold $816 million worth of merchandise. And Ma Boyle has no intention of stepping down from her throne.
If the wrinkles get so bad I can't see out of my eyeballs, I guess I'll have to quit. But I'll do it as long as they let me.
Gert Boyle made a choice 33 years ago to find success in family, in business, and in life.
You always hope that people say, well, you know, she might have not done right all the time, but she really tried. And I think that's all you can expect out of life, to try to do the best you can.
You tell 'em, Ma. In Portland, Erin Bruce, 9 News.
I tell people I have the best job in the world, you know, to hold a letter written by George Washington when people could come in and use the Ken Kesey papers. They don't really know that they have the right to come here to use these collections, you know, and you don't even have to be affiliated with university.
There is so much going on in the River Road Park and Recreation District, it's time to mark your calendars. A whale trip to the San Juan Islands in August, a European river cruise in October, and Heart of the South in March of 2017. Now, they also have these great spring day trips, and the reservations start on April the 8th, and you gotta get in there. Trips include behind the scenes at the Pittock Mansion, the High Desert Museum in Central Oregon, and the Brownsville Historic Stand By Me tour. Also a spring class to tell you about, Tracing Memories, using photographs and art to relax and reduce your stress. There's so much more going on in River Road Park and Recreation District. Find out more, go to rrpark.org or call 541-688-4052. That's what's happening in the River Road Park and Recreation District.
Hey guys, Jeff, Jerry. Pretty good. Whose team am I on this time? Oh wait, how about you guys against me? Last time it was embarrassing for both of you. So here, hold on. Thank you. Did you get it ready? Oh, nice. Okay. All right.
Did you take that lesson I suggested?
Wow, feeling extra spicy today, are we?
He shoots like you, he misses.
Wow. Oh, that one. Am I breaking?
Yeah.
What?
What are you doing?
Hey, so
we have a show to shoot.
Yeah, this is Jeff and this is Jerry. Jerry, I'll be back.
Trust me, they don't need you.
Oh, but you do. What does that say?
We're here with Judy Morse. She's a co-producer. She actually came up with the idea for all of this, called me up, said, Rick, I want to talk to you about something, and here we are, producing the first show. Hallelujah. So why, Judy, do you think this is so important, this target audience, these folks we used to call seniors, who we're calling elders, and we're calling sages, and revering them as people?
Well, I think that a lot of people, when they get to a certain age, they think that's just it, you know, that there isn't anything more. And in the population, they also see those people as doing nothing and just sort of sitting at home and vegetating. And I thought, no, that seniors have so many things going on now, and there's so much available to them. And that's why I came up with this TV, the concept. And I wanted them to see that good Lord, when you're 90 years old, you can still do things. And
New Horizons in Home Care, we've been in business for actually 30 years, and we're the largest independent in-home care agency in the state. We serve medically fragile children all the way up to 100 plus. So it can be anything from, you know, basic housekeeping all the way up to some type of medical need that person might have. All of our care managers that oversee the caregivers, the CNAs, are nurses, and those nurses provide that oversight. We always have a nurse on call all weekend, all night. We are seeing the individuals that we serve as people who are active, who still have lots of life left. They're not someone that is thrown away.
We're here with Diane Sconce at the Campbell Community Center, and this is for everybody. It's a center for all people. And that's what you guys really are trying to get out, so people know that it's for youngers and elders and sages, and we're all going to mix together in here.
That's correct, yes.
Why is that so important, Diane?
I think it's important because, you know, no matter what age you are in life, you need to make connections with other people, and you need to continue to be able to grow. And you know, no matter what your age is, everybody learns from each other.
So what do you guys offer here? What kind of, I mean, you have classes from, I'm shocked when I read your schedule. There's a lot of stuff.
There is a lot of stuff. We try to meet, in a nutshell, people's physical needs with our fitness classes, their emotional needs with, you know, visiting with people, or if they're having some, you know, issues with, they need help paying their energy bill, need help with their taxes, driver safety, those type of things. We do lots of presentations here, so you can increase your knowledge or learn something new. We have French classes, Spanish classes, art classes, wood shop. We do trips. We have an outdoor program, so you could kayak one day and come in and shoot around a pool the next.
So why do you think it's so important that we as a culture understand the value of our elders?
Because as each generation, you know, matures and passes on, they have this wealth of knowledge that you can't get from opening a book or, you know, going online and you know, you I think that you feel it or become a part of it when you're talking with someone, you know, face to face, or learning more about somebody.
So is that what this is? It's really a family? It's a place for people to get that?
Make connections, absolutely, I think so.
Diane,
and continue to learn.
Diane, is it harder as we grow older to have that desire to keep connections?
You know, I think so. I think that you know, you start losing a little bit of your independence, and it's sometimes just easier just to stay home. And so you start being more secluded and more shut in when, you know, people of any age have such amazing things to share, and you know, you gotta kind of fight that and get out and keep growing.
So how do people find out more about you?
How they find out more about us is, one, come by, phone us. We put out a program guide 3 times a year. We're online, and we have it at various locations. We're part of City of Eugene Recreation, and so it's at the other community centers, the library, and at senior facilities.
What is it you like to hear people say?
My greatest compliment is when people walk through the door and they say, "This is my family, this is where I belong."
Gotta tell you, that was so fun to meet those people and find out what they're doing. There's so much information, so much life, so much of life's journey in that room, that how can we not put this on television and show it to you? You know, Ken Kesey used to say, life's not about the destination, it's about the journey. They're on the journey. And I think it's time for us as fellow travelers to hop on board and find out what they know and take it with us. So the show's going to change. It's going to turn into all kinds of things. You're going to hear all kinds of stories. I'm so excited. Bill and I are happy to take you on the journey with us. So tune in again next month for something completely different.